Can the foods we pick truly change the long-term health of our prostate gland? It's a question that we often skip over. Science shows that by taking away a set of 9 common foods which cause irritation and mess up hormones, men can take big steps toward lessening issues and dangers. Some studies even suggest that making basic lifestyle swaps can lead to a noticeable drop in prostate size or how bad the problems are. These everyday foods actually feed prostate sickness. They build up a space inside your body that encourages cells to grow too much, DNA to break, and tissue to swell up. They are the biggest troublemakers, either by causing constant irritation or by hurting your body's perfect hormone balance. This full guide promises to be based on facts, looking closely at how the body works. Understanding this link is the key to an easy and protective diet. We are not talking about going without, but about picking better foods full of nutrients that help cells fix themselves. Let's start with the basics. To see why you must avoid certain foods, you first need to understand the location, the prostate's inner world. 2 main pathways decide its future: constant body-wide swelling and sex hormones gone wrong. 1. The swelling problem, chronic inflammation. Swelling is a normal way the body heals, but when it becomes constant and light, it is a major cause of prostate issues. Long-term swelling often means you have too many irritating proteins called cytokines, such as TNF-alpha and interleukins, or IL-6, IL-8. These tiny proteins act as strong growth triggers, pushing the division and growth of certain cells, the exact signs of prostate growth, BPH. Diets full of irritating fats and sugar directly increase the making of these cytokines, giving non-stop fuel for cell irritation inside the gland. The resulting damage hurts DNA and cell parts, clearing the path for the disease to get worse and creating a space ready for cancer. This constant state of prostate irritation, often called prostatitis, directly pushes that growth. 2. The hormone problem, hormonal imbalance. The prostate greatly relies on male hormones, androgens, for upkeep and growth. An enzyme called 5-alpha reductase changes the hormone testosterone into the very strong DHT, which makes prostate cells grow by connecting to hormone receivers. However, food choices can greatly change this hormone picture in 2 key ways. First, through a process with IGF-1, which we will discuss later. Second, by affecting the aromatase enzyme. Aromatase changes androgens like testosterone into estrogens, female hormones. As men get older, this balance often changes. Testosterone drops, while lots of body fat, adipose tissue, increases the action of aromatase, leading to higher estrogen levels in the body. High estrogen levels are now known as strong growth helpers in the prostate, especially by causing certain cells to grow too much, the exact signs of BPH. Foods that mess up the balance of these hormones effectively push the gland toward too much growth and a chance of sickness. The 9 food categories to avoid. A closer look. Based on their proven effects on signs of swelling, hormone balance, and cell growth pathways, the following 9 types of food need to be carefully avoided or strictly cut back for the best prostate health. 1. Red meat and processed meats. The connection between eating lots of red meat, especially the processed kind, and a higher prostate risk is strong and has many reasons. First, when meat is cooked at high heat, like grilling, frying, or broiling, cancer-causing chemicals called HCAs, heterocyclic amines, and PAHs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, are created. HCAs are strong agents that can damage prostate cell DNA, starting genetic problems. Second, red meat is high in saturated fat,
which leads to constant swelling and adds to heart risk factors that are similar to prostate risk. Importantly, studies consistently show that processed meats, like sausages, bacon, and deli slices, carry the highest risks. This is likely because of the high amounts of nitrates and nitrites used as preservatives. These can turn into cancer-causing compounds, nitrosamines, in the stomach's acidic environment. Also, the heme iron found a lot in red meat acts as a powerful factor that speeds up harmful cell stress, which causes constant irritation inside the prostate tissue. Cutting back to white meat, fish, and plant-based protein sources is a key way to prevent issues. 2. Sugar and high-carb foods. The single biggest speed-up for prostate issues is sugar and its cousins, high glycemic carbohydrates. This group includes sodas, sweetened juices, high fructose corn syrup, white table sugar, and many store-bought breakfast cereals. The fast jump in blood sugar causes a matching rush of insulin. Over time, eating a lot of these foods causes insulin resistance and then hyperinsulinemia, constantly high insulin. Insulin is built like another growth factor, IGF-1, and high amounts of both are known as powerful growth signals for prostate cells. The constant triggering of this insulin IGF-1 pathway is a highly aggressive path for cell growth. It works by starting cell processes that directly push the uncontrolled cell growth seen in BPH and help cancer cells survive. By fueling this issue, these foods make sure the prostate is always receiving signals to grow and divide, effectively ignoring the body's natural rules for growth.
Limiting these foods is key to stopping these powerful growth signals and bringing back cell balance, especially for men who have metabolic issues or type 2 diabetes. 3. Refined grains, processed flours. Refined grains such as white pasta, white rice, and most store-bought baked goods made from processed flours are seen as the same kind of problem as refined sugar. Their outer fiber coating, bran, and nutrient-rich center, germ, have been taken out, leaving behind a highly focused source of starch. This means they are digested very quickly, leading to a high glycemic load and the constant release of large amounts of insulin and IGF-1. While they don't have the simple sugar of candy, their effect on the body's metabolic signals is almost the same. The total amount of these high-carb foods you eat causes a constant state of metabolic overdrive, always signaling for cells to grow and reducing the chance for cells to rest and fix themselves. For prostate health, the repeated rise of insulin and IGF-1 is a direct and strong cause of BPH getting worse and a higher risk of cancer. Switching to whole grains like oats, quinoa, barley, and brown rice, which still have all their fiber, greatly slows down how fast sugar is taken in. This reduces the insulin spike and stops this continuous pro-growth signaling. The fiber also helps the body get rid of extra hormones through the gut, making the hormone balance even better. 4. Excessive dairy products, especially whole milk. The role of dairy in prostate health is still debated, but large studies often show a connection between high intake, especially whole milk, and an increased risk of prostate cancer. The reason for this is strongly tied to two factors, calcium and IGF-1. Dairy is a main source of calcium in the diet. While calcium is needed, taking in too much might lower the amount of active vitamin D, 1,2,5-dihydroxyvitamin D, in the blood. Vitamin D is a nutrient that has been shown to have anti-cancer and anti-growth effects in the prostate. More strongly, milk naturally contains large amounts of IGF-1 and other growth factors, including certain proteins, meant to speed up a calf's fast growth. However, these can also act as powerful cell growth triggers in the human body. Drinking milk can also raise the body's own production of IGF-1, making the growth effect stronger. This high growth state is bad for prostate health. Cutting back on high-fat dairy, which has a higher concentration of these factors, and choosing plant-based options or fermented dairy like yogurt is a smart step for men worried about their prostate. 5. Trans fats and highly processed seed oils. This group includes partially hydrogenated oils, the source of trans fats, and common factory seed oils like soybean, corn, cottonseed, safflower, and vegetable oils, which are everywhere in commercial frying and packaged snacks. These oils are typically very high in omega-6 fats, PUFAs, and dangerously low in the helpful omega-3 fats, PFAs. The usual Western diet has a highly inflammatory ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, often 10 to 1 to 20 to 1,
instead of the healthy 1:1 to 4:1 ratio from long ago. This big imbalance directly causes body-wide swelling. The main omega-6 fat, linoleic acid, is changed into arachidonic acid, AA. AA is the starting material for a chain of very strong pro-inflammatory compounds, including prostaglandin E, PGE2, thromboxans, and leukotrienes. These compounds directly boost the constant swelling that irritates the prostate and encourages BPH. By replacing healthy single-chain fats like olive or avocado oil with these processed high omega-6 oils, you are actively giving your body the raw materials needed to increase the burden of constant swelling. Minimizing these oils is one of the fastest and most impactful ways to reduce the body's overall inflammatory state. 6. Excessive alcohol consumption. Chronic heavy alcohol drinking is a known risk factor for many cancers. Its effect on the prostate mainly works through messing up hormones and straining the liver. The liver is the body's main control center for hormone processing, responsible for clearing and dealing with estrogens and controlling sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG. 6. Excessive alcohol consumption. Drinking too much alcohol stresses the liver, hurting its ability to process and remove extra estrogen. This leads to higher amounts of estrogen in the blood, which can act as a powerful growth trigger in prostate tissue. This is especially true for older men, where the balance of male to female hormones naturally drops. Crucially, alcohol increases the action of the aromatase enzyme, especially in body fat, which speeds up the change of available testosterone into estrogen. The resulting bad hormone balance greatly adds to the prostate's excessive growth. Furthermore, alcohol and its main byproduct, acetaldehyde, increase stress throughout the body, providing extra irritation to the prostate. Limiting alcohol intake, especially strong liquor and heavy daily drinking, is key to bringing back your body's efficiency and hormone balance.
7. Charred, smoked, or well-done meats. Going back to the cooking method, how well done the meat is matters, no matter the type of meat. Cooking muscle meat at high heat creates the cancer-causing chemicals HCAs and PAHs, heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. These form when creatine, amino acids, and sugars react at temperatures above 300 degrees Celsius. The main concern is the creation of a specific HCA, one of the most common ones found in grilled meats. The black, burnt crust on a grilled steak or the burnt edges of chicken are highly focused sources of these agents. When you eat them, these compounds are taken in and must be cleaned by the liver. If cleaning is not complete, they can travel through the blood, possibly sticking to DNA in sensitive tissues like the prostate, leading to changes that start cancer. Choosing cooking methods that use lower, softer heat, like stewing, poaching, or baking, and avoiding the black, crispy edges is a simple way to prevent issues. If you do grill, covering the meat first with spices rich in antioxidants like rosemary and thyme, and flipping it often can greatly reduce the formation of these dangerous compounds. 8. Excessive caffeine, the bladder irritant. While the link between caffeine and prostate cancer is not well established, its role as a major irritant for men suffering from BPH, enlarged prostate, and constant prostate swelling is clear. Caffeine is a chemical that acts as a strong diuretic, increasing urine making and the need to pee often. This severely makes the main BPH symptoms, urgency and frequency, worse. More importantly, caffeine is known to be a direct irritant to the bladder and urethra. It can cause the bladder muscle, detrusor, to squeeze more strongly and more often, leading to an annoying feeling of needing to urinate even when the bladder is not full. This is a crucial difference. Caffeine doesn't just increase urine volume, it actively irritates the plumbing. For men who already struggle with a weak stream or not being able to empty the bladder completely because of BPH, this increased urgency is physically and socially upsetting, often leading to more nighttime urination, nocturia. While a moderate amount may be okay, excessive consumption, 3 or more cups of coffee, or high caffeine energy drinks should be strictly limited. The focus here is on improving the quality of life and managing symptoms, along with long-term disease prevention. 9. High sodium, salty snacks, and processed foods. High sodium diets, usually found in processed and packaged snacks, frozen meals, canned soups, and fast food, are linked to high blood pressure and heart issues, but they also have a clear connection to prostate health. Eating too much salt can increase thirst, leading to drinking too much fluid, which in turn greatly increases nighttime urination, nocturia, a major BPH symptom that severely hurts sleep quality.
However, the connection is deeper than just fluid management. High salt intake is tied to constant fluid buildup and an overall increase in signs of swelling. Studies show that a high salt diet can directly affect the RAS, renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, a hormone system that controls blood pressure and fluid balance. When the RAS is messed up, often triggered by constantly high salt intake, it has been connected to the promotion of BPH. This suggests a direct path linking salt consumption to prostate growth and tissue change. Furthermore, processed salty foods are often made using the pro-inflammatory seed oils we talked about earlier, category 5 in my numbering, and combined with refined grains, category 3 in my numbering. This creates a triple threat of high salt, bad fat content, and high sugar load. Cutting back on processed food consumption, which accounts for most of the salt we eat in the Western diet, is a critical step for protecting both the heart and the prostate. The relationship between what you eat and prostate health is not a passive one. It is a direct biological loop where every meal sends a powerful signal. By choosing to remove or severely limit the 9 food categories, red and processed meats, refined sugars and high-carb foods, excessive dairy, pro-inflammatory seed oils and trans fats, excessive alcohol, refined grains, charred meats, excessive caffeine, and high-sodium processed foods, men are taking an active, powerful step to stop the 2 major processes that feed prostate disease: constant swelling and hormonal imbalance. This is not a message of fear, but one of scientific opportunity. By stopping the aggressive growth signals of insulin IGF-1, by cutting sugar and refined grains, and reducing the raw materials for swelling, by getting rid of trans fats and balancing fat ratios, the prostate is given the best chance to achieve cell balance. The benefits you get go beyond the prostate, positively affecting heart health, metabolic function, and overall energy. This change is doable and lasting. The knowledge of these 9 problems gives you a clear, science-backed roadmap. The power to greatly reduce risk and improve quality of life is not found in a pill, but in the deliberate, informed choices made at every meal. It is a powerful journey towards energy and long-term well-being. What swap will you make first to begin your empowered prostate diet? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into health and longevity.